Check, please.
In this video, we're going to talk about three big pharma companies, Pfizer, Moderna, and Bristol Myers Squibb. We'll go over their financials, their 2022 outlook, and how COVID may affect these companies. If you want to trade some of these companies with Mo in that Bid and Ask Nation, he'll show you some of the charts. I bring your questions about these companies to a couple guys that own and operate over $100 million in real estate, multiple businesses, and stocks, and they'll provide you and I with a mindset on whether we should be investing in these companies or avoiding them. I give you Paul and Mo.
All right. So first off, guys, follow us on Instagram, Everything Money Investing, and also follow our Seth Mo Nice personal accounts, which you will see there also. Okay, guys. So pharmaceuticals have done very well because of COVID and having all these drugs. These are not long-term things. Like, you got to remember that if these companies in the last year got major benefits from COVID-related drugs or tests, you got to remember this is not going to go on forever. These are one-time things that are going to occur as they get back to their central focus. That is what you have to remember. Number two, when it comes to all pharma stocks, pipeline is everything. Because remember, they only have 17 or 20 years for every drug, the patents for every drug. So if the pipeline is good, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 clinical trials, make sure you research that thoroughly to see who has the best pipeline. And it's not just about having a lot of drugs in that pipeline. What is the marketability of those drugs? You got to do that research to say, okay, maybe they have 30 drugs in phase 3, but if all 30 are just stupid drugs that don't really mean anything, that have no marketability, like they one drug, like all 30 drugs helps tetanus when you get it from nails that are less than 3 inches long. What's the marketability of that? 14 people in this world are going to use it every year, and they're not going to make any money off of it. So that's the big thing on these drug stocks. Now let's go look at them through our software. So I'm going to look at the 8 Pillars tool. First one we're going to talk about is Pfizer. I'm just going to skip right to our 8 Pillars tab. I mean, look at this run up in the last year. Had a low of $33 and a high of 61. So the 5-year PE looks good, but the 5-year free cash flow is a little on the high side. But other than that, it's an 8 pillar stock. So again, Pfizer, big name in drugs. Make sure you understand their pipeline because this could be a good buy for them. But let's look at their income statement real quick. Look at that massive jump in revenue. I would be apprehensive about this. Why was that massive jump there? My guess is a lot had to do with COVID. Next company we're going to look at, Moderna. Look at this company. 5-year chart for Moderna. October of 2019, it was $14. Now it's $250. Okay. Income statement, $190 million in 2018, $11 billion. This is all COVID related. I'm avoiding this stock like the plague. I'm just going to avoid it. Mo, what do you think about Moderna?
No pun intended. Moderna for me is Moderna for me. Their pipeline was pretty weak going into COVID, and then they came out with COVID, and they had a novel treatment for it with their mRNA treatment. So, guys, this thing is so overvalued; it's not even funny. Same with Pfizer. I mean, Pfizer was don't get me wrong, Pfizer's an excellent company, and when it comes to viruses in this world, they are the gold standard drug company for viruses. But again, when you get crazy run-ups like this, guys, my personal family, we do a lot of investing in pharmaceuticals, and we owned a large percentage of a company. And when COVID started, everybody started going into COVID because they were getting money from the government to do research. We said to this company that if you continue this COVID run and move away from your main focus, which is what a lot of these companies did, like Moderna, move away from your core competency, we're not going to be invested in you anymore. And we pulled out of several of these companies for that reason. So make sure like Paul said earlier, pipeline is everything. Don't just go based off of a recent event and have that recency bias. Make sure that you know what the company is doing and their path forward for the next 10 to 20 years.
Paul, I think we liked Bristol Myers when we analyzed it a little bit ago. So show me the numbers on that.
BMY.
I like this one.
8 pillars. Oh, ironically, it's the worst one out of all of them.
Yeah.
From 8 pillars perspective.
I think their pipeline is the most promising.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a good
And
pipeline and they
also,
have a lot of
remember
good high revenue
Biogen.
drugs.
Biogen was a big one where we like the pipeline a lot too. Biogen's been hit by losing patents on a recent drug, but their pipeline looks good. So, guys, I think pharmaceutical is something that's been hyped a lot in the last 2 years. It's been in the news a lot, and you got to be apprehensive about that because you got to look at their look at their stock prices. I mean, this is not a coincidence.
And
Wow, look at this stock price.
another thing that worries me about the pharmaceutical space is the uncertainty of the healthcare system and drug pricing on a across the board scale. So there's uncertainty in that sector, just like there's uncertainty in other sectors like tech. I mean, people are worried about the chip shortages and stuff. This is something that you have to worry about sector wide, and you need to think about.
Luckily, Big Pharma is a very big contributor to all campaigns, Democrat and Republican. So I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon, but there'll be more regulation. People hate it that a company makes a drug that saves lives and God forbid they make $1 off it. So I think just in general, the big takeaways on pharma is it's been hyped for the last 2 years. So be apprehensive automatically because of that. And two, understand the pipeline.
Yep.
And if you don't understand the pipeline, don't get involved in it.
Don't do it.
If you're looking at the software we offer in the community, Paul will show you how to get it right now. Paul, take it away.
So guys, we made this software because we got so many requests from our subscribers saying, hey, how do I analyze my own stocks without having to wait for you guys? So we said, okay, let's just invest hundreds of thousands of dollars and do this. So we created our software. It includes everything you saw already. It's all in a mobile app. So it's already ready for your mobile phone, fully ready to go. You've got all the 8 pillars, retirement calculator, stock analyzer tool, 8-pillar portfolio, exclusive daily content. 1 to 3 videos per day from Seth, Mo, and I, only for the subscribers of our software. Plus, you get everything here that's coming soon. This is all coming soon. Get it all here, available for you. But most importantly, the biggest thing you get is we have a community of over 6,000 people who use our software every single day. You can talk to them about all your investment ideas because a lot of our users felt alone thinking about investments a certain way. And that's why they gravitated to our channel. But now it allows them to go talk about any investment ideas, including crypto, with people in the community, bounce ideas off each other, make all the decisions you want. And this is all for only $1 per day. $1 per day gets you all of this. If you can increase your returns by 1 or 2% a year, or decrease your losses by 1 or 2% a year, it will lead to hundreds of thousands, if not actually millions of dollars in extra net worth for you for only $1 per day. So 2 ways to sign up, everythingmoney.com or Patreon. The benefit of everythingmoney.com is we aren't big enough yet to charge a sales tax, so you'll save on the sales tax for quite a while. So again, guys, $1 per day, sign up, everythingmoney.com.
And if you're looking to trade any of these pharma stocks at a quicker pace, you're in luck. Mo can lead you. He leads the Bid and Ask Nation, that top trading tier in our community. Mo, take it away with some of these companies.
Guys, this is Moderna, for example. I mean, look at this run-up that they had. Even look at this run-up that they've had since the summer, and now they're back down. But they went from $218 to a high of $500, and they're back to $247. But I love this, and I'll show you why. I would not touch it over here on a long-term chart. I would bring it over here on a day trading chart. And this is actually one of the stocks that I day trade on a pretty frequent basis because you get daily movement. Every day you get some kind of run on this thing. Here's excitement in the morning. This was an entire day. And this day they got completely hammered and you can go short on them. So this is a perfect example of how you can make money on these crazy things without investing long-term in them. It doesn't matter what the fundamentals are behind the company. It doesn't matter what drugs they have or don't have. You can come over here on a 15-minute chart and trade these. Same thing with Pfizer. I would not hesitate to trade Pfizer here. We know that they're the big COVID drugs that are out there nowadays. And when they get news, go and capitalize on it. When they make a 5, 6, 7, 10% gain in one day or a 10% loss in one day, go and take advantage of these. So these drug companies, for me, except for Bristol Myers, and even then, I wouldn't even look at it from a value play personally. I think that these are a great opportunity to swing trade and day trade, and you can really capitalize on the news of the day, especially with the companies that are surrounded by COVID. So if you want to learn how to day trade, Paul and I are going to be day trading together on a weekly basis and live streaming it live to the Bid and Ask Nation. Those who aren't in the Bid and Ask Nation, you will get it after and it won't be live, but come and join us. You get all the rules so you can learn how to day trade, follow along with us. You'll also get the Employed Trader Series, which is 6 stocks that I go through every single day and update you on and do the legwork for you. You get my Saturday exclusive seminars that I do one Saturday per month, open Q&A to the Bid and Ask Nation and the chat community of 950 plus people. Come and join us. Learn how to trade this chaos and you will do very well.
In the end, Paul, wouldn't you agree that here at Everything Money, we're just not huge fans of pharma? And I think if you are a new investor out there, a young investor, and you want to get into these types of companies, you have a lot of work to do. Wouldn't you agree, Paul?
For me personally, I would agree with that. It just the cash flow is too inconsistent, and that just always bothers me. But what do I know? I mean, just if somebody out there like Mo likes pharma more than I do, because his father used to work in pharma, and so I think there's a better understanding of the drugs involved. But for me, I'm just like, I got to worry about losing patents and doing this. It just for some reason doesn't click with me.
That's our take. Fondle the thumbs up on the way out. Join the community. Get the software. You will love it. See you next video.